Welcome to the Loop.
Welcome all to the Loop. How's everybody doing? I hope you gained lots of holiday weight. I hope your clothes are fitting just a touch bit tighter tonight because of all your holly jolly festivities.
Okay. Had to break out those sweatpants and put that elastic to work.
Who is that?
Yeah. It's like, hey,
Who said that?
That was me.
Who?
Said what?
Who are you?
Who's what? What?
Oh,
Everybody can see
The
it.
guy on the end.
Oh, he's doing
Who is
this.
that?
It's a gag for the audio listeners.
he's like, hey guys, if you watched us for the last couple of weeks, you didn't see
Yeah, I'm just trying to point out that Trevor's been gone for a long time.
Welcome back, Trevor.
Hey, half
Hey, Half-Baked, welcome back.
Yo.
But yeah, if you're, like Trevor said, you get them sweatpants on.
Yeah.
Maybe you go shopping for pants, like some jeggings, like jeans that have a waistband that are stretchy, and you can just wear those.
Ooh, stretchy pants.
That's what I'm thinking might be good.
Sometimes when you're an adult, you wear stretchy pants just for fun.
Or you just wear them because you don't
You're
like the way
fat.
you're. Yeah, that's it. No, it's been, I think we had a little, we did our call-in Christmas show, which wasn't a complete disaster. We managed to make through that.
We survived it.
And
Good job, guys,
and
by the way.
So
What I saw, I didn't see it all, I'll be honest.
we're also, did you see the slow dance between Kyle
I did
and
see
Kuipers?
that. That was
really
pretty
romantic.
romantic.
Yeah.
Did you see that some weird guy that didn't know what the internet was called?
Yeah, that was weird.
No.
There I think he was Hispanic.
But his accent broke real easily.
Yeah, maybe he was
I don't know what.
Chinese.
Did you say maybe he was Jeremy's?
Jeremy's, yeah. Muni Teddy says stretchy pants and Velcro shoes. It's weird because it's just, I don't know. Most people have a little extra time off somewhat during the holidays, and you just kind of get comfy and zone out and, I don't know, eat lots of food.
Eat a lot of food, yeah.
And you're just like,
That's the best way to handle visiting extended family.
just to drown any
is to eat
uncomfortableness.
food.
And
Yeah.
At least we have phones now to stick our faces in,
Well,
too.
that's true.
Yeah.
To ignore our families.
I made sure I took the Switch and my Nintendo Classic with me.
That's smart.
And I use it as an excuse as, the nieces and nephews would really enjoy playing some of these games I played in the 80s.
Yeah.
And so would I.
You need to expose them to
Yeah,
the
exactly.
80s.
I took my Switch with me, and I didn't end up touching it at all
That's a bummer.
for the whole Christmas weekend.
Wow.
So I guess I hung out with family, and things
Lame.
were okay.
Lame.
I know.
No, I've done that though before, where I've brought like a console somewhere with me and not touched it the whole time. But
Dang it.
Like I literally was like, well, maybe at night. There's a couple of nights that will be
Yeah.
there that nobody else will be there, or everybody will go home early, and it'll be just like me at my parents' place with nobody else there, and
Yeah.
I'll just chill. And it didn't happen.
Oliver says he got a Switch for Christmas and promptly ignored his family. So
Attaboy.
well played. But this is the Loop. It's a talk show about video games. So, but this is a special one, right? This is a very
It's
unique.
a very special one.
This is our Game of the Year episode, and this is where we're going to spend, the whole episode discussing our top 10 games of the year. We'll get there in a little bit, but that's kind of what you're in for tonight. So everybody's holidays were good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody's nothing crazy to report. Nothing.
I got a big Chewbacca thingy.
A big Chewbacca thingy.
I realized
That sounds dirty.
Yes, I realized after I said that. No, it's one of the big stand-up guys. My uncle got it for me.
Like a cardboard cutout?
Yeah, I almost brought it here, but then I realized that would be ridiculous because it probably would not fit in the screen. So
Yeah. No, but it would be, eventually, when we get that big studio, the new one that we'll get someday.
I actually got a couple of things for the new studio.
Oh, yeah?
If I'm including that.
Boris pillow?
Besides the Boris pillows, which my mom ordered me 3 of them.
Three Boris pillows?
And we got 6 of them.
Why do you need three in the
why-
first place?
Wait, why do you
They're
need
fun.
one?
I don't know.
Besides the fact having one,
My
but
mom bought them for me. They're supposed to be fun.
so you
It's
can
not-
have one
so-
at your parents' house. So when you're there,
Well,
you
I
can
have
have
6 of
one.
them, so I can have
Oh,
one.
you
in
can have
6 different
one in your
houses.
car.
Where is our Boris pillow?
do you have one
Yeah,
in your
where's
car?
the Boris
Because
I
pillow?
didn't think about it. I should have brought it. I didn't want to seem like a crazy person, though.
Yeah,
you have a Boris pillow. I mean,
I brought a pillow shape of my Russian male model that lives with me.
I'll bring one next week. So yeah.
exactly.
I like to snuggle with him between my thighs. That's a neat pillow. I liked it. You should bring it, and you can just snuggle it when you get nervous
you
on the
should
internet.
Yeah.
film some Viaria footage of you with all 6
Yeah, just hanging out.
or 7,
Maybe
if
not.
you will.
Well, yeah, if you have
Wink,
real
wink.
Boris there.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a terrible joke about all the cat you get for Christmas. There's
Family friendly.
I didn't make the joke yet. I did.
I know. I'm just reminding you.
Yeah.
I went to redneck sledding, but that'll be hopefully
Gosh, you
explained.
can't not spoil things, can
That's
you?
not spoiling.
Why
you
is that
asked what I
spoiling?
did.
Kyle,
What is wrong, Kyle?
You said it will kind of be explained, but not. But kind of.
That's not a spoiler. Settle down, Kyle.
All right.
Sometimes things are like a trailer.
It's a
Like
teaser.
a teaser.
This isn't a teaser.
He's
Yeah, it
teasing-
is.
This is the loop.
He's teasing Viaria. So there you go. I think I summed up what I did. I kind of hung out with the family and ate food and played video games that I was trying to catch up on. And
I didn't catch up on
I
enough
played-
video games.
I played
Fail.
mainly old video games. One of them, I actually played a lot of Breath of the Wild because I had this season pass. I bought it a while ago, but I didn't realize for some reason it wasn't downloading, and so I finally got it downloaded, and I got that new motorcycle which I hated at first. I love it now though
Why would you have hated it?
why'd you hate it at first?
because like at first I didn't really understand how to drive it. It felt really stiff and not like very fun to drive.
Yeah.
But I figured out how to like do the power slides and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. So
Of course.
I didn't buy the DLC for that game. It does look cool though.
it's fun. It's more Breath of the Wild. So I mean, if you like that, it's good. So.
Jeremy, what games did you play on your Switch while you were gone?
What did I play on the Switch? Lots of Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of Super Mario Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Did you get all the moons yet?
No, I'm just around 550 or something like that.
Hmm.
I think you can get $9.99
Yeah.
with purchasing them. I don't know how many are actually in game or not, but what else? Oh, we did a lot of classic games too. So a lot of just Super Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros 2 and 3.
Nice.
Did a lot of that. So
And Kyle, you didn't really play any games.
No, I mean I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins. That's pretty much all I've been playing as
good.
of late.
It's a good game.
I'm almost done. I was playing this evening before coming here.
You're
and
almost done with the game.
I've got like 4 because I like to go and look at the wiki sometimes with those
To see it. Yeah, I do that,
open
too.
world just to see how much do I have to get to the end game. And I think I've got like 4 more main missions left, but I'm going to have to I was like, "Oh, maybe this is going to happen really quickly." And then the next one is like 4 levels above what I am. So I'm like, "Well, I'm going to have to go level up again."
I'm hoping to spend a
So-
couple hours this week on that game again.
It's really good.
Did you finish
So-
it?
No, I didn't yet. I every time I sit down to play it, I think to myself, I'm just gonna do. I'm leveled up enough. I can just finish the main story missions. And then 3 hours later, I realize all I've been doing is side missions
Yeah,
and opening
right.
up the map because that's what you do.
I haven't even. I've still got like 14 places that hadn't been opened on the map.
Yeah.
'Cause
I don't
there's-
even think you have to open them all.
I
to
don't
beat
think
the
you
game.
do.
I
Yeah.
beat it and I didn't open all the areas.
Although I think that there is a lot more wildlife in most of those.
And bandit
Yeah.
caves.
And
Although
bandit
knowing me, I
caves.
may take a camel or a boat, and just try to uncover it, just
That
to
sounds
say
about
I
right.
can see it in the map.
That
Jeremy's
sounds like
gonna camel a boat.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
the title of his
Camel or boat.
his
He cameled a boat.
his memoir. A camel or a boat.
Well, it's appropriate because the camel is the ship of the desert. So
Is it really? Kuipers, what'd you do for Christmas?
I went
Or over the holiday break, I should say.
hung out at home, played Skyrim a bit, still, and
Did you beat Skyrim yet?
kinda. I keep starting over though with like I want to be like I'm gonna do a great sword this time. I'm gonna do magic. I don't know what I'm gonna do anymore. But
Real quick, hey, AF retired guy, welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining us again this fine evening. So yeah, that's mainly the game you played then, little Skyrim. That's kind of
yeah, that's kind of what works
said
on
that
my
was-
PlayStation 3
Okay.
at the
It's
moment.
not a
so-
Freddy Red guy.
It's not a Freddy Red guy.
I'll say
I
I,
s-
I played a lot of Skyrim on my Switch as well.
I still need to start it.
I started it on the Switch as well over the break because I wanted to see what it was. I couldn't resist it. I had to check it out.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's really, I love that they optimized it for that.
Yeah,
like you can
it's
tell
great.
it's like the controls feel like I remember them, which obviously means they fixed it because they probably wouldn't play that well,
Well, and
on the
then-
Switch. And
The thing I was afraid of was load times because I was coming off PC and the load times were just that fast, and so
yeah,
and they're not bad at
yeah,
all. So
they're a little long, but not
they're
terrible.
not. Yeah,
I'm hoping to get started on that maybe after I've finished Assassin's Creed.
It's a cool game. Well, I don't think we should waste any more time. Let's get into the meat of this evening. If you're just joining us, this is The Loop. It's a talk show about video games, right? We've established that. But specifically tonight, this is Game of the Year, so we're going to go through personal top 10 lists, which we're also going to post on our website later tonight with kind of our own little commentary on all of them. So I would encourage everyone to go check that out at minuteatub.com this evening or later this weekend.
That's called a plug.
It's I think it'll be good. I mean, yeah, it
Captain
is.
Obvious over
Yeah.
here.
This is called a plug.
Just, it's a trailer.
But I'm
You
excited.
were right, Jeremy. We
So-
do trailers here.
So
I'm
let me
sorry.
explain how this is going to work. We're all going to go through our individual lists, our personal top 10 of the year, and then we are going to fight to the death to form a top 10 list and a Minute in a Tub game of the year. Whoa, I just burped. That was really gross, and I apologize for my unprofessional attitude and my leisurely care for
You
things.
disgust me.
So, what, Jeremy? What are you?
No, I'm just you just talked about it. We're going to be posting these on the website, and I saw that you put some wonderful openers there. That's great.
Did you already post yours?
You just hit
you can hit
preview.
preview and see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just wanted to say thank you.
Yeah, all of us
You
have
know,
fun
Real
pictures.
quick, I want to say welcome to the chat, Mr. Bean 007.
Hey, you've been here before. I know you are.
If you haven't clicked the heart, click it. You might have already clicked it.
So, Trevor, I think we're going to start with you.
All right.
And you're going to not really defend, but you're going to tell us don't read your article because I want people to know that.
yeah.
You can say stuff you put in there, but I kind of want a fresh take on each game, just quick, and then we'll run through them all because we're going to need some time to fight this out. So,
I know you have some honorable mentions.
thank you, Mr.
Thank you
B,
for following.
Yeah, thank you.
us. We do appreciate that.
Also, Eric, Teddy says that you win. No other outcome is possible.
Well, that's good that you know how the show works.
Eric, do you want to do honorable mentions?
Yeah,
Or-
do your honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
Should we do them first?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Because they're worse than 10.
They're not worse
I
necessarily.
kind of consider
kind
them to be
of?
like extra, so I kind of did mine. But
Yeah.
I'll just do them first. So my honorable mentions are The Surge, which if nobody knows, that was like very Dark Souls like game. But I had a lot of fun with it. I love the setting and stuff, and some of the little bit of changes they did was good. I also had Absolver in there, which was a game I didn't get to play a whole lot, but has a lot of depth behind it, and just the fighting in it was just really cool. Wolfenstein: The New Colossus didn't quite make it to my list, but it's just a fun game, great storytelling, and Superhot VR I put as my honorable mention, just because it's like the VR games. I don't feel like they're good enough to make the top 10 list yet, but that one's just a great experience. But number 10, Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh, should I have some sound effect for each one?
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. Oh no.
Number 10.
I'll let you figure it out.
Drum
I'll talk
roll,
to the second
please.
I don't know what to pick. I should have been prepared for this.
I guess. Assassin's Creed Origins. Yeah, this game it's really cool to see that Ubisoft took a year off and it really paid off, and it really refreshed the series just because it'd been suffering a bit. So it's exciting to see that it's going in a good direction. Number 9. Though I haven't played it, I've watched it a lot. Cuphead. I thought any list would be incomplete without this game. Just
This
because
is your list, Trevor. You can't put games out that you
Yeah.
didn't play.
I watched a lot of the gameplay though. And
okay.
it's just the incredible
You
artistry.
enjoyed
though.
the game without playing it.
The artistry was just incredible, and I feel like it has to be recognized, just because of just the work that was put into it. Number 8, Sniper Elite 4, which I know it will not make anybody else's list just because it's kind of a weird game. But I had a ton of fun with that game. The open world setting for each level was just what that game needed.
And you get to shoot Nazis in the testicles.
And you can shoot Nazis.
Yeah.
No, it's just, it's I had a ton of fun playing that game, and just the sniping was just so cool, and yeah. Number 7,
Sorry.
Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. I know this one's a little bit cheating because it's kind of a standalone
No,
expansion.
I don't think it is. I don't
But,
think it is. I don't
yeah.
agree with you. I think it's totally valid.
Okay, I'm good because I thought it was a valid one, but I was a little afraid people would be.
I mean, it's shorter, but it's still a standalone, right? It's
Yep.
It's
You
still
don't
an
have-
8-hour game.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's-
still and that's
I mean, I didn't.
Sorry, I
play
didn't
it,
mean to like jump on you, but I don't want
No,
you to defend that
I
because
kind of-
I think it's a worthy opponent.
Yeah. Well, and what's exciting about that game is that it proves two things: that Uncharted doesn't need to be extravagantly long like Uncharted 4 was to be a good game, and that you don't need an Uncharted game. You don't need Nathan Drake in an Uncharted game, which I think is really exciting because I would love to see some more. Well, I mean, I guess that's a little bit spoilery, but yeah, I want to see more of those games. So yeah. Number 6,
Number 6.
Nier Automata.
Ooh.
You almost said it wrong.
Near Automata.
I don't know if it's pronounced
Automata.
Automata. I say it's automata just because I think.
Near Automatia.
Near ATM machine.
Yep, that's the one. No, but that game has been a ton of fun. I love the combat mechanics are just a ton of fun, and the way the replays work is really cool. And it also just has some really cool little innovative things that they do, treats that they kind of do for that game. Yeah, it's really
Do you
good.
mind doing that right into the microphone?
Sorry, I'm just enjoying my treats too.
He's eating his mom's
It's like we're not
Christmas
even
cookies.
trying to do anything right now.
He's busy. His mom made him cookies.
On?
Just stop crinkling in the microphone.
Let Trevor finish
Number
his list.
5, Divinity: Original Sin 2. Now, this game, it's exciting for a number of reasons. It's kind of bringing back, in a way, there's been a few, I guess, but like that RPG, turn-based style, and also it's really cool just because it's a PC. Well, I think right now it's a PC game only, but
Is it?
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. They'll probably bring it to consoles, but it's tons of fun. It's really cool to be able to role play with, and then they've got like a multiplayer mode that's really cool, and so it's almost like a tabletop RPG with like this built world, and just like there's so many options and stuff. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. Number 4, Middle-earth: Shadow of War. I know WB tried their best to make this game terrible by making a bunch of loot box things, and they deserve to be punished for that, just because you don't put loot boxes in a single-player game. It's stupid. But it still is an incredible experience. The way the orcs and the personalities, and it's not in any other game. You can't really. There's nothing like it. Number 3, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I don't think you could. I feel like people would discount this game in some ways. I don't know if anybody here will discount it just because. But it's maybe it's not the most original idea, but it's done some really cool things, and it's done it and better than anybody else has done it. And if you've not played it, it's just like almost nearly every match is just this incredible tense experience, and it's just adrenaline pumping, and yeah, so it's really good. So number 2, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. I as much as I kind of tried to hate this game in some ways, I can't. It's so fun. It's charming. just running around and adventuring is just so much fun. I don't know, it's so good, and I like the DLC for it stuff and too. And number 1.
Feels like that was.
I'm so curious. I'm so excited. Drum roll. I can't wait.
I need something.
What's the drum roll?
I struggled with this one because Horizon Zero Dawn.
Whoa.
By far, that's the game I had the most fun with this year. I almost, actually, when I first started this, Breath of the Wild was my number 1. But I've had so much fun with Horizon Zero Dawn. I love the setting, the world they created, the story in that game is just immaculate. And it's so good. And I can't wait. I know they're going to make another one, so I can't wait till they do that. And I'm a little bummed that they're not making more DLC because I've already played through the one and it was good, so.
Well, that's a pretty dang good list, Trevor.
Well,
Thank you for bringing that to all of us, and we appreciate it very much. Jeremy,
Yes, sir.
are you prepared
Of course.
to bring your list to the people?
All right, so honorable mentions. I need to add this to my list, but mine's not really an honorable mention as much as it's a game I didn't play but really want to and haven't yet kind of game. That would be Pyre, however it's pronounced, Pyre. Everything I've been seeing about that game, it just looks amazing.
Okay.
So
Kind of a game you wish you played.
I wish I played. Plan on playing in January.
Yeah.
I hear it's on sale right now on Steam. So
I need to pick that
I'm
up.
pretty
before
excited
the
about
sale
it.
ends, which the Steam sale ends tonight, everybody.
Yeah, so get that
Yeah.
going.
So if you're listening to this later,
Yeah.
sorry.
Too late. Anyway, what?
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, welcome to the chat, Olaf is Winans?
And Mega Thruster.
Mega
Thruster.
Hey, Dr.
Welcome
Thruster.
back, Dr. Thruster.
Oh, it's me, Gas Thruster.
Yeah.
No, it's Dr. Thruster
or
to you.
me, Goss.
It's Dr. Thruster. We
He's
made
a
friends with
doctor.
him last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's
Welcome
a doctor.
back, everybody. So if you don't, real quick, just update everybody. We're going through our top 10 lists of the year, and then we're going to fight it out for Minitub's overall top 10 games of 2017. Jeremy just is going through his honorable mentions. Are you done? Or do you have another honorable
Well,
mention?
I don't know if a pre-order so you can access beta release counts. So I won't mention that one.
I don't know if you
'cause that'll-
noticed
Yeah,
in
it's
the
not
chat.
came out yet. So
Teddy tried to redeem Skip Jeremy.
Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Sorry, Teddy.
Nice.
It's not there, Teddy.
All right, number 10, Sniper Elite 4.
Hey!
Oh, it made Jeremy's
Hey.
list, Trevor.
It had to make my list.
Oh,
I mean,
it's so fun.
it's got testicle shooting.
There's nuts.
I mean, how can it not? No, I mean, I've enjoyed all of the Sniper Elite games. And this one I thought was the most unique of those games because you didn't have to just play it as a sniper. Even though sniper's in the name, you could really just go guns blazing and play the game that way.
That doesn't sound right.
You can do it. You could add a whole. They added a whole bunch of traps that you could set for people, or diversions that you could create. And I caught myself going back to the levels I'd already beaten to go, I could do this faster, quicker, different. And so I really liked that. And then, of course, obviously, the testicle shots. So, yeah,
It's pretty important stuff.
pretty important. Number 9, I know it was on Trevor's, but he never played it. That is Cuphead.
Gotta let me get that sound.
Sorry. Sorry. Cuphead it has to make the list. Beautiful game. I honestly didn't think you could play a game and feel like you were watching a cartoon. This game did it and did it successfully. It's also probably the most love-hated game I've played all year. Or hate-love game, however you want to call that. But no other game made me literally want to throw a console controller as much as this game when I would die hundreds of times and still haven't finished the game, but keep telling myself I'll go back to it anytime I want to feel some pain.
Yeah.
So, great game. Number 8. You guys might be surprised here, but this is Snipper Clips, all right, on the Switch.
I kind of forgot that came out this year.
It did. It
Yeah.
did. So, I mean, everything switched,
I forgot
right?
about that game.
But I'm telling you what, Snipper Clips, played some of that over the holiday as well, and that kind of brought it fresh to my mind. But that's another one of those, depending on who you're playing with games, can be great or can be really horrible. And that's because it comes down to communication. If people want to try to do things their own way, you're going to fail. 99% of the time. But
yeah, you definitely have to communicate.
communicate, work together, and explain yourself, right? You got to explain what you want to do, and you got to think out unique ways. Love that game. And it also, I like the fact that they had 2-player or 1 2-player or 3 4-player, and they had different challenges
Yeah.
depending on how many players you had. Call of Duty. Oh, sorry, number 7.
Oh.
Found. Okay, Call of Duty World War II. I'm going to tell you, this is not because of the multiplayer PvP. That sucked, okay? Stop playing Call of Duty for that reason. Unless you're that kind of guy, that's fine. Or gal. I liked it for the story, which I think a lot of people poo-pooed on, thinking it was just normal World War II. You know, oh, it's every story. Hey, it's World War II. It's historical. I thought they did a great job with that. Also, beautiful game. And I enjoyed a lot of using a lot of the period style weaponry. Number 6. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. I don't know if that makes anyone else's list,
You know, I honestly forgot about it.
but I tell you what, I think we streamed that game, at least a couple of us. I don't know if all 4 of us
I
did or
think
not.
it was the beta that we streamed.
When it was
Yeah.
beta.
Because that's all that I played of that game.
I thoroughly enjoyed the game. The storyline is not why you play this game. You play this game because you like big open world,
Yeah.
and you want to enjoy that. So I love some of the craziness of jumping out of the helicopters, stealing airplanes, doing those sorts of things. I thought it was a well-made game, so it made number 6 on the list. Number 5, Destiny 2.
Whoa.
I don't think any list from me can be complete without Destiny 2. Not because I thought it was original or unique in any way. It basically was Destiny 1 all over again. But any game that I put 160 or so hours, 140, 160 hours into must be a game that's good because I kept playing it. So, and this says something about loot boxes when they work. They know how to make you want to find loot. They know. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, but that's not really a loot
It's
box.
not a loot box. They
Yeah,
did have
something
some
you're-
in it, but
Yeah,
but
glimmer,
that's just the
but-
glimmer and stuff. But sorry, it's a loot, like you want that next thing. You want to. Oh, I just need to get this next challenge completed because I might get an Ingram. I might get something
They got a
out
good
of it.
progression system.
Yeah, the progression system's great. Number 4, Assassin's Creed's Origins.
Assassin's Creeds?
Assassin's
Is this
Creed.
like a game
Assassin's Creed.
about the band Creed?
Exactly.
Yes.
Assassin's
It's the
Creed
assassination of
Origins.
Creed.
No, it's Assassin Creed's
Assassin-
It's only
Creed's
number 4,
origin.
guys. It's only number 4.
I just like the way you said that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Trevor talked about it, but major big world. They really kind of.
Huge.
It's huge. They capitalized on Trump. No,
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. But I didn't think that. I really didn't look forward to this game when it first
Yeah.
came out. In fact, I think it was probably 3 weeks on that it was out before I even picked it up. And for me, that's a pretty big deal because it was. You guys were already playing it. All of you guys were talking
Yeah.
about it nonstop, and I was just like, I hate to do this. I didn't. The last one was terrible. But you guys changed my mind, and I'm glad you did because still playing that one.
Hooray.
So, hooray. Number 3. Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
Zelda.
I'm seeing a trend here.
You seeing a trend here? Is it because it's similar to...
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Was that
it's-
3 for Trevor?
No, it was 2 for Trevor,
Oh.
but still, it was
Well,
pretty
I
high
mean,
up
it makes sense, right? It's also one of the top grossing games of the year, which is makes sense too. But also, I'm not a Zelda fan, so I didn't get it for nostalgia reasons or any of that. And it was another one of those games where I didn't pick it up right away, but you guys all talked me into how amazing it was, and it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because we felt like you were wasting your Switch with snipper
No,
clips.
I was doing. I mean, I don't feel like I had a real lull this year in games. There's plenty of games to play. So anyway, Thank you for that. It was that
is a good
that
game.
was like number 9.
We were just
or
trying to
whatever.
help you, man.
Snipperclips is a
Anyway.
great game. It was just funny.
It was because you had just
It's-
like the regular
'Cause
launch
that's all I
games that they
had.
had.
yeah.
Actually, I
And
think.
you skipped over that game, which was just
It
that
just seemed
phenomenal.
shocking
Yeah.
is all.
No, I
But
agree.
We
anyway.
were just trying to help you.
Number 2, Jeremy.
Number 2, Super Mario Odyssey. As we talked about earlier, I've played a lot of that game, a lot of post completion,
Wait, how many moons did you say you had?
around 550.
Okay.
Trevor, did you have that one on your list?
Nope.
Of course
Okay.
he didn't. And
Mario sucks.
Mario,
Trevor says.
Mario in a dress, man.
Yeah, you can put him
Mario
in
is
a
a
wedding dress.
monkey.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make him all kinds of things.
Mario
That's
wears his
racist,
brother
man.
clothes.
You can't
his
call him a
That's
monkey
true. He
clothes.
wore his brother's clothes.
Yeah, and his evil twin.
And Koopa's clothes
Mm-hmm.
too. Anyway, yeah. That. What can you say about that game? Also, major. What I liked, I think, most about it was they bridged the gap between all the kind of big hit Mario games in the last 2.5, 3 decades. From the Super Mario Brothers 2D side scroller to Super Mario 64, all across the board, just great games.
Uh-huh.
And Teddy, no Monster Truck games. I see you there. They're not in the list, and I've explained why, but we can talk about that later. Now, number 1, and this one's gonna win hands down. I have no question, and that is Players Battlegrounds Unknown.
Players Battleground.
Players
Unknown
Battleground.
Battleground. I can't talk.
Unknown.
PUBG.
Assassin's
Unknown
Creed's
Battlegrounds.
Battlegrounds.
Yeah, exactly.
PBGU. Player Battlegrounds Unknown. PBGU.
You guys are great. This is my most played game for
I've
sure.
missed you.
Thank you. Thank you. Reading, talking, and looking at a camera at the same time. I mean,
It's
forget
hard.
about it.
It's hard to do things.
It's hard to do things. That's right. Yeah. Great game. Actually, finally fully released here in December, and so glad that it was. They opened up a second map. They added the ability to see kill cam replays. Not only that, you can actually replay your entire mission.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, up to the last 20 if you have it set up that way, which is kind of cool. It'll be great for YouTubers who like to, showcase some of that stuff because you can actually move the camera and stuff. So it's not all
Yeah, I
first.
like
You
when
can
they do
do
that,
some
yeah.
cool stuff with that. And I'm excited to see what they're going to keep adding to this game. It's going to be one of those games I think that is changing the PvP genre
Yeah.
pretty
yeah.
substantially. So that's my
Everybody's
list.
gonna copy it. Thank you very much, Jeremy. And just to be clear to all the audiences watching, none of us know what the other person's top 10 list is. We didn't discuss our personal ones, so it's all a surprise to everybody. So it's kind of a fun point. Fun fact, Kyle, please give us your top 10 of 2017.
Jeez.
And
If
don't
I
die.
cannot die, stupid colds. I will say, because Jeremy made me think of it with his games that he had wanted to play since he didn't have any honorable mentions. I had Prey that I wanted to get to and actually picked up over the holiday. Didn't have a chance to dive into yet. And I also wanted to play Golf Story. Both of those seemed like they'd be really
Golf
cool.
Story
I
is
didn't
great. I
stick
forgot
with
about that
Golf
one.
Story, but it was good. It was pretty good.
But those aren't on my honorable mentions.
Not Train. He said Prey. Sorry, it did kind of
No,
sound
it
like
was a
Train.
previous.
Oh, I'm
I've
sorry.
been meaning to
I'm-
try Prey.
I'm trying not to cough through
Oh, is
through
it a different
everything.
thing? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Honorable mentions. It's a dumb game on iOS that I've been playing. Trailer Park Boys, Greasy Money. It's an idler. Just tap on stuff and buy customers, but it's fun. I've spent way too much time playing that, more than any other game on my phone this year. So that's one of them. My other honorable mention that I have is Nidhogg 2. Which was a fantastic game that we did during Extra Life. If you haven't seen anything about that game, you can go find that in our YouTube stream and just take a look at some of that stuff. So yeah, I guess without more to do, my number 10 is Destiny 2.
Here, let me do this for you.
Oh, you
so
got
don't
it?
have to focus
Yeah.
on
Okay.
it.
All right. Cool.
It feels
Thank you.
weird if you have to do
Yeah, yeah. We don't want you to mispronounce things and get made fun of.
Oh, I already mispronounced things. Everyone thought I said train, not pray.
People didn't pick
So,
on you though. List
That's because I was coughing. My
Number
lungs.
10.
number 10.
Number 10, Destiny 2. It is a really fun game. I
Fair warning,
enjoyed-
everybody. If you're thinking this is going to be an hour show, it's going to be a lot longer tonight. So just bear with us.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Mostly because we're going to argue.
Unless you're listening to this on iTunes
that's-
and you already know how
Yeah.
long it is.
Well, that's true.
But yeah, it's a great game. I haven't even touched any of the DLC stuff, but for all of its problems that it had, it still is a fun game. Number 9.
You are one pathetic loser.
Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. It is a game that I didn't play a whole lot of in its full release because I'm not a PC gamer, but what little bit I've played and have watched and have seen that it's changed in the fact that there's mobile phone version knockoffs. There's other games that have incorporated this mode into them like as fast as they possibly can. This game has to be on a top 10 list if you've played it at all this year. Number 8.
oh, sorry.
Here he is, the biggest douche of the universe. In all the galaxies, there's no bigger douche than you.
Injustice 2.
I told you I'd take care of the sound effects.
Yeah, it's a fun game. And I don't really get into fighting games a whole lot, but it just gave me a lot of really fun action, and it actually had a real reason to pin all these characters against each other. So story was awesome, and if you have it, you know why. Number 7.
Kiss my butt.
Cuphead. One of the most difficult games that I think I have played in a long time. I know these two have already mentioned this game, so I don't need to talk much more about it other than the fact that it is probably one of the most gorgeous games that I have ever played, and the fact that it's hand-drawn and all that other stuff. Yeah, it deserves to be on this list. Number 6.
Get to the chopper!
Horizon Zero Dawn. I didn't find it as great as Trevor did, but I will say my absolute favorite thing about this game is that it is the most satisfying slider. And what I mean by that is when you run and you hit that button to slide, I've never played a game that felt more satisfying when you hit that slide button than Horizon Zero Dawn. And that includes when you're sliding upstairs or up a hill. So that's my number 6 game. Number 5.
Hell yeah!
Wolfenstein 2. Which, yeah, that game, it may not play the best out of all of these games on the list, but the story and all of the moments that are in it just make up for it. You really should check that out as far as if it's something that the game itself doesn't even appeal to you, go find just some of the story stuff on YouTube to see some of those moments, because there's some pretty incredible, awesome stuff in that. Number 4.
Oh yeah!
I don't know. I gave up at that point.
Assassin's Creed Origins. I feel like this one could have gotten a little higher for me with as much time as I've sunk into it in the last month and a half. Without having finished it, it felt weird putting it any higher. Plus, excuse me, I feel pretty confident about the last games on my list, starting with number 3.
Hold on. Let me.
Resident Evil 7, which was horrifying, and I don't know. I mean, it's.
I'm not laughing at you. It
No,
was horrifying.
It was.
so.
It was horrifying. Like there
You
were
laugh when you're
moments in
scared.
that game. Did you play it?
No,
No.
I watched a little bit of it.
There are moments in that game. If you were playing it, like I just remember even playing the beta that they put out with the what was that? Just like the first like mini mission walking through a part of the house. And I played that at like 10 in the morning and was terrified wandering around that game. And it lived up to the hype. with the rest of the game. Number 2,
That's a spicy meatball.
Super Mario Odyssey. That was good. I like that. New Donk City. I mean, need I say more? That game is fantastic, and honestly, if it weren't for the one that was number 1, it would have been my number 1 game of the year. But number 1.
Let me find a good one.
You are a huge nerd.
I guess that one works. Zelda Breath of the Wild would be my pick for the number 1 game of the year. That game was just, I don't know. I think without knowing what to expect off of the Switch coming into that game and hoping that you would get a really good game, this game lets you kind of play it at your own pace in whichever direction you wanted to go, which really added to it being such a fun experience because you could, if you literally wanted to do nothing but just charge right into the castle, you could.
And some people did on speedruns.
Right. So I think that Zelda was just a fantastic game through and through, and it was one of those charming games that didn't really even need a whole lot other than the environment there to give you a great game. So that's my list of top 10s. You can take them or leave them.
Thank you, Kyle.
That was a list.
I forgot I was going to start with Kuipers, and
I thought you said Trevor actually first when we were talking.
well,
did.
I know I said that, but I was like, originally my thought was start with Kuipers. So Kuipers, why don't you give us a rundown of your games as quickly as possible?
I see how it is.
Yeah,
saving
you
the
don't
best
get a
for
full
last.
amount of time.
Yeah. No,
Chop, chop.
yeah, just you get an
Kuipers.
intern amount of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll make things quick. Number 10,
That's a clown question, bro.
Okay,
Slime
you can't steal my gag, Kyle.
Slime Rancher.
That's a great game, actually.
Yeah, like I played that game a bit. Like it was fun. Not quite my personal style of game, but did have a good time playing it though. Like it kind of took a while to get used to like what all is actually going on, but still a fun game though. Number 9, Lawbreakers.
Ooh.
That was fun.
Like I had fun with it. Like especially since pretty much beginning of the year, I spent way too much time playing Overwatch, and so I just got to a point where I was kind of getting tired of the community, a bit salty, and everything just kind of bad. So I thought like, okay, we'll take a pace, change a pace.
Cliffy B really appreciates your support.
Lawbreakers though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Number 8, Lawbreakers. Number 7, Lawbreakers.
I really like Lawbreakers. It wasn't that good of a game, in my opinion, but it also was probably because my computer just couldn't handle it that well either.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. Number 8. Fire Emblem Warriors.
Okay.
I had fun. Like I thought that was actually a great game. I'm a fan of like the Warrior series, like Dynasty Warriors, the Warriors Orochi. I thought Fire Emblem Warriors was a good mix though between like adding like the stuff that actually makes Fire Emblem great with like the permadeaths, like once they're dead and you can't play them anymore, and just
Everyone dies.
yeah, and like adding that into a Warriors game.
No, I was saying that in just in general, Kuipers.
But yeah. Number 7, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Woo.
I thought it'd be weird to not have this game on a list, so here it is, number 7. It's like
I think Kyle's trying to rush you off.
Kyle, you're doing a meet right now.
He's trying to
no,
get
you said a number, so it's just it's instinct.
Okay.
I don't know. Eric had said quickly, Kuipers, so I don't know. Maybe
fine.
that's why I'm
Fine.
feeling trigger finger.
Okay, fine. So then we'll go number 6. Super Hot VR. That game was fun. Or like the Super Hot just itself was fun. Playing in VR, trying to figure out how to move to make time fly. Honestly, there's sometimes just kind of like, let's dance. And yeah, it was a good time, especially when we played it during the Extra live stream.
Yes.
So, at number 5, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Like,
Ooh.
I
All right.
I was a little bit curious about the game, and then when Eric started talking about it and like really kind of hyping it up, I thought I need to check this game out. Especially since I was a psychology major, so kind of the whole like the fact that it kind of talked about psychosis and like almost let you experience it or kind of simulate it as best as it could.
Especially if you have headphones on.
Yes, I tried playing with headphones. I was like, why am I playing this when I'm the only one at home right now? This is This is kind of creepy.
Kuiper's going
Or
crazy.
are you at home alone?
Ooh. But
Psychos.
yeah. Anywho, so number 4, Pokemon Ultra Moon. I felt like this was a good kind of closer to it on the handheld solely series, since like they said the next one will be on the Switch.
Woo!
Which technically is handheld, but technically isn't. But
Technically.
yeah.
Kind of not.
But I just thought like the stuff that they changed, or like the stuff they changed around was great. I just kind of wish they would have actually added it sooner. Like, it kind of felt like you had to almost play the whole game to get to like the part that made it different than just regular Sun and Moon. But yeah. Number 3, Escapist 2. Nope. You.
Kyle's trained to hit a button whenever he hears a number.
Good trigger finger there. But no, like,
I'm ready. I'm
Newest
ready,
game
man.
of 2018.
so Escapist Zwei, like, I had a fun time playing it though. Like, it was a great game just to kind of mess around with on your own. Get friends playing it. It's even better, especially when they start just trying to mess with you or just like picking fights with random people. Or, I mean, Trevor, we played a little bit. You kind of know how that was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Never get anywhere. Just
No. Yeah.
everybody.
We it took an hour and we didn't even finish it.
We didn't even get close.
No. Number 2, Metroid: Samus Returns. I hadn't really played the franchise all that much, but I kind of did like the platformer series a bit. Like, I went through platformer phase a bit on handheld, and yeah, like it was a great game. It took me a while to get through parts, and like kind of like really got stuck with some of the bosses, trying to figure out. But overall, though, I thought it was a really fun game and like good intro to the series, made me wanting more. And then number 1. Oh my. Fire Emblem Echoes Shadow of Valentia. I thought this one was probably like, of all the Fire Emblem games I've played so far, which isn't too much, this was still probably my absolute favorite just because of all the voice acting they actually did, which really kind of helped the story go a little bit better. And then like all the, like just the ways you can upgrade or make your characters better, or just kind of, it's just a fun game, like good fun strategy game.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kuipers.
No
Thank you
problem.
for rushing through them.
You're welcome.
No! All right. We got one more list to get through before we settle this score. That would be my list. Let me get through my honorable mentions. I do want to mention that I didn't play Pyre. I would have loved to play Pyre. There's a game on my phone I've been in the middle of right now. I haven't got through it to see like what the payoff is, but it's really fun. It's called, well, fun. I don't know if it's fun's the word I'm looking for. At least it's engaging. It's called Bury Me, My Love. And it's this whole thing where you're like a Syrian refugee, and you're...
Oh, I thought you said you're Siri.
No, you're a Syrian refugee, and your wife, I think it is, you're texting with her as she's trying to exile herself into another country, and you're communicating with her through this stuff. And it's pretty cool because it's just something you can play for a few minutes, and then she's like, I gotta go. And then later in the day, you'll get like a text from her, and you got to respond to it. And it's pretty cool. Check it out if you got time. It's a couple bucks.
Cool.
Honorable mentions. My first one on this list, sorry, I have 5. Night in the Woods. I played this like just recently.
So is this like your top 15 then?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Night in the Woods. I played this one just here recently before like
Sunday.
Friday, I think it was.
Oh, Friday.
And
Trevor, water me.
I gotta say that I kind of wanted to hate this game because of all the hype that it was getting, and like everybody, it was so great, it's so good, whatever. It's, you know, you play as emo cat people, and I played the game pretty begrudgingly, but I finished it, and honestly, it's really stuck with me. Like, my conversations with my emo animal friends are gonna last for a while. There's some pretty like coming of age like stuff in there that will kind of resonate with people. I think of any age you are, you just, I don't know, it's good. And I debated with putting it
To
up.
imaginary animals,
Yeah,
guys.
I know. I thought about putting it higher on my list, but I didn't.
So it's 14. Okay.
Another honorable mention is Cuphead. We talked enough about it tonight, but it's great art style, but it's too hard for me. I'm a pansy. No, my other honorable mention is What Remains of Edith Finch. It's another one I played recently.
Poor Edith.
I looked at that. It looks amazing.
It's a short game. You can get through it in a couple hours, but it is totally worth it. It is.
That's the one that you tweeted the other day. If you have 2 hours to spare.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like I mean, it's on sale right now. Get it on Steam for $12 before the sale's over, and it takes you through a story of you're like I think it's like you're a 17-year-old girl, and you're coming back to your childhood home, and it's a crazy story, and you're going through this huge crazy house, and there's all these kind of mysteries in it, and it's telling you these stories from all your relatives, kind of like your grandparents and your aunts and uncles, and it's just insane. And the way that the game will mix art styles and gameplay into it, it's really impressive. Like you'll just be playing one game, and then all of a sudden you're playing like a different game, and it just kind of melds these things. There's one, I can't spoil
Don't
it.
spoil
I want
it.
people to play it, but there's one spot in there that's just, it's the coolest moment. I really wish people could just take 2 hours and play that game. If you have $12 you can spend right now, and you have 2 hours, check it out. Battle Chef Brigade, that's on the Nintendo Switch. I've only been playing this for a little while, but I wanted to like acknowledge it. It's a really fun puzzle game. It's pretty cool because you go and you hunt like monsters and little, I don't know, monsters, I guess, animals, and you kill them and you get meat from them, and then you bring the meat back to your kitchen, and it's like Iron Chef kind of, you know, how like where you'd be like, okay, here's the ingredient you have to use, and then like and here's some of
don't be an idiot sandwich.
and here's the flavor that we want it to be. No, not Hell's Kitchen. Iron Chef.
Oh.
That's a different thing. Iron Chef
You're
is
right.
more of a competition thing. But anyways, so you kind of work this in with a puzzle game. They're timed. It's really tense. But the best part is when you like come in right under the buzzer and you get lots of points. So Heat Signature is my last honorable mention. I did not give enough time to this game this year, but I think it's awesome and people should try it out.
Yeah, it's fun.
All right, my top 10. Number 10. My number 10 game of the year is Nidhogg 2. After I played it first at Extra Life, and I've been playing a lot of it after. I know my son and I, it's a game that he can handle, and he feels good because he can get the upper hand on me. He's 6, and he can still kind of take me on a couple times.
How many times has he beaten you?
Like 4.
Out of 4?
Out of like... No, we've played lots of rounds, but
Like 10.
it's a really fun game. If just 2-on-2 battling out, it's so fun. Like we laughed so much playing that game. I think it was really entertaining. Number 9 is Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus.
Didn't give me a chance.
Sorry, yeah.
Can you say the name of the game again?
Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. We've hit on this numerous times on this show. Great story, mediocre gameplay. The story is fantastic. The gunplay is acceptable. Check it
For
out.
3 of the 4 of us.
I like the gunplay. But
I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, and I think we had this
okay.
conversation.
It was
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
If you like first-person shooters, you'll probably have a good time. But it's
Yeah.
not like it's nothing.
It's not the sharpest shooter out there.
in the shed. Number 8. Hopefully, this doesn't come as too much of a surprise. Olaf is out. Happy
Bye,
New
Olaf.
Year.
Yeah.
Check it out on
You
YouTube.
can find the end on YouTube or iTunes.
Or our website.
So go to
minutehub.com.
youtube.com/minutehub, and then also go to patreon.com/minutehub and pay us money. Thanks for watching. Number 8 is HQ Trivia.
yeah.
I
I thought about putting that on there, but then I thought I don't really know if this constitutes as a video game.
I
would
put
say
this in my write-up that's going to go on the website. I said there's 3 reasons that I have this game on my list. It's on my phone. I play it almost every day. And number 3, Scott Rogowski. I love that man. He's beautiful.
Trebek.
He's the best. He
Quiz
embodies all the crazy hosts of game shows like from years past.
He gets
and
down
he
to the
modernizes
nitty-gritty.
it, and he's still, some people don't like him. They say he's cheesy or he's whatever. But I think
He's reading the script.
I-
you know that, right?
yeah,
He's a host.
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
a
He
host.
Just-
reads
he's-
it well, though.
But he improvs
he
a
is
lot
a-
of
He
it.
does.
Yeah.
No, yeah. When it fails.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
and he improvs. He improv. You can tell he improvs because the other hosts that come on, they read the
They're not
script
nearly
too,
as good,
and
yeah.
there's not nearly as much dialogue going on as Scott. So, I love that game. It's such a crazy, trippy thing to see 500,000 people jump on and all play against each other. It's this weird utopian future. It's like the Hunger Games. I envision like in 10 to 20 years from now, we're all going to be playing this for our meal tickets, and it's only like we win.
And we'll all die.
Man, I hope not.
Yeah, you got to win to like earn food for your family. It's going to be terrible, but right now it's great fun. Number 7 on my list is Horizon Zero Dawn. Don't need to say too much more about this game other than it's beautiful.
Dinosaurs.
Robot dinosaurs, gorilla, really hit it out of the park. Didn't expect this coming from the Killzone people. Jeremy, why are you putting backslashes on all there? Are you like
I'm just
dingy?
being dumb.
I was going to say, like, what world do you use the internet in?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jeremy's just typing in YouTube /minute, twitter.com
I know,
/
you know.
Are you just trying not to get banned for like
Maybe.
throwing a whole bunch of
None of those will work.
things in there?
So yeah,
Get the point.
Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a really, really well polished game. It's a little repetitive, but I think in a year of good open world games, there's a lot of them. Maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by them. This one is definitely one to try out. Number 6.
Sorry, I saw you scroll and I thought that you were saying it.
Number 6 is Super Mario Odyssey. I think, this game is a Mario game. It plays on a lot of nostalgia from Nintendo's past, especially Mario 64, and I like that. I think that I like all the disjointed art style in it. I like that they just made a fun game and they were okay with it the way it was, and they didn't get hung up on being one particular thing. But I think the moon system in there threw me off a little bit because it just seems like too much sometimes. But hey, still great game.
I'd agree with you on that.
Number 5, Assassin's Creed Origins is my number 5 of the year. Another great open world game. It's very fetch questy, but it is still a fun game, and I love killing hippos, and I like being like Egyptian beat cop and just helping people with their little problems.
I liked killing crocodiles.
Yeah, I like the crocodiles more too, I think.
See, I like the hippos better because they're
Hippos are
big.
scarier.
I like the way they run at me with their mouths open and their heads cocked sideways, and they're like, ah.
Really, what I love is getting a wild cat
The vultures,
on
though,
your
I
side.
hate it.
Yeah.
and then having them attack everything.
Yeah,
Though they
killing-
ruin your stealth.
Killing birds is really hard too. Yeah. All right, my number 4 of the year is Resident Evil 7. This game is, in a way, a return to form for Resident Evil. It's got some of the same item management as games used to have, but it just amps up the tenseness. The first-person perspective really. I didn't think I would like that at first. I thought, oh, this is lame gimmick. They're just doing it so they can, shove in VR and everything. But actually, I think it added to the fear factor of it because you can't see around that corner. You can't peek ahead. You can't see behind your back by spinning the camera around. They did a really good job with that game, and it's cool. Anyways, Eric gets a solid hour for his. I haven't been going on for an hour.
I was just about to type in there. He's moving pretty quickly
I've been
for
trying
having
to go
15 games.
I'm
That's
going-
all right.
true.
I don't
That's
think it's
true.
taking too long. I think I took about as much time as you
Number
did.
3 is a Switch game called Steam World Dig 3. It's actually
That's not surprising that it's on your list.
It's on PS. It's on Vita. It's on PC. If you didn't play this game, sure, why not? Whatever, you didn't play it. That's fine. But if you did, you'll understand why. I think for me, it's a great downtime game. It's just like you do have to think about it, but it's just fun, and you can kind of it doesn't feel. It just was one of those games this year where I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, I got so much of this game to play. Like I'm never gonna finish it. It's so long. Like I just chilled out and enjoyed it. So Steam World Dig 2. Number 2, my number 2 game of the year. I don't know if this is a surprise, but it's Breath of the Wild. Zelda, obviously we talked about this one a lot. I just love the systems in this game. I love that you could lay down metal weapons to run electricity through them to solve a puzzle. I love that all the systems just work together. Things that are flammable catch on fire, and
you could
water
change
puts
your
the fire out.
clothes.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
I could change my clothes. That's really neat. It's like Zelda Barbie.
I did actually. I liked that you could upgrade weapons and armor that you liked.
Yeah.
When you know you
I mean,
could
they
keep
broke
it.
still, but
Just armor,
but
not weapons.
not armor. Yeah, not weapons. You could, yeah.
You know what I meant.
But yeah, the game is good. I like the art style. You know, it's Nintendo isn't working with a lot of horsepower, but I feel like they did a pretty good job with what they had
Oh, yeah,
on this
that's
game.
great.
it just
Yeah.
it's really gorgeous, especially on the Switch screen because it's small and,
And it
all the
played
pixels are.
so well.
It does. All right, my number one game of 2017 is PUBG. This game, it's Eric's time to react. I went back to this game.
I'm kind of surprised you put it as number 1, but I'm glad you did.
I went back to this game so many times. It was a game I played in between other games. It was a game I played when I only had, a half hour to kill. I've never had an experience with a game as like this. Like, I didn't always enjoy the way I felt after a game. Like, a lot of times I would feel sick, and not like because I was mad, but because I was I used my whole body to play this game, and it wasn't like I was pelvic
And then you
thrusting
get
or
killed
something.
from nowhere and you just freak out.
But I was just like, it's just this thing of like, it's very tense. Your heart is just pounding, and your hands are sweating, and your brow's sweating, and you're pitting out, and there's never been a game that I played that just gave you that feeling. And
Well, it's so consistently too.
yeah, it's not like you drop me into that game and here I go. You can try to play it a little differently, but if you make it very far and you're getting into that, top 50, then you're in the top 20, and then you're in the top 10.
And you're
just-
running for the line and you're trying to stay.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Just so much of it, and you're managing like looting and watching your back, and that's the thing is like, it's a beautiful game whether you're playing solo or duo or
Only first person.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really enjoy that part, but
That freaks me out. That's all I play now.
but it's just one of those things where it changed. Like, I think we mentioned this, but it really changed the landscape for multiplayer competitive shooters, and that's a game style that I never really got passionate about. I always played a little Call of Duty. I played some Halo back in the day. I could compete. I could maybe stay in the top 5
A
sometimes.
little bit of Crucible and Destiny.
Yeah, I enjoyed it to a certain extent, but this game, it makes you feel like, a lot of ways always felt like I earned it. Like, if I got to a certain point, like, okay, I really earned it because I was doing a good job at playing the game, and it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't cheap. Like, I was just jumping around and shooting noobs or whatever. But that's my top 10. That's all of our top 10s.
Now we'll just post my list and be
fight.
done.
And
Is
then,
that-
yeah. Jeremy's top 10 is Minitubs.
I think your second
Top 10.
was our top 2 identical.
I don't know. I know our top 1 was the same. Did you have?
Oh no, you had Breath of the
Breath of
Wild
the
and
Wild.
Odyssey. No, you had
Oh.
Odyssey at 4 or something like that.
I had Odyssey at 6.
Yeah, you suck. Anyway,
Trevor, do you
True.
you want to get a document ready? Are you ready to do
Yeah, I've
this?
got it ready.
All right, let's all agree on a number 10 of the year. What game
are we gonna start there? That's
Yeah,
harder.
I don't know. I feel like we should start.
That's harder.
at number
Well,
1?
Because
Well,
if
I
we
think it's
get to
easier to-
1,
yeah.
we're gonna
Hang on.
But then everybody knows their game of the year. What point is that? The show's over.
Right. I think what we need to do is figure out
Which
what
ones don't
everybody
qualify.
has on their list.
True. Okay,
Which
that
games
works.
does everybody have on their list?
Okay, so Trevor has to type every game that's on the list.
Well, okay,
Are you
so
kidding me?
we know
okay,
PUBG.
Trevor, we're good
Everybody
with
had
it.
PUBG on our
you
list.
can type abbreviations over.
Yeah.
So let's just go down. Let's just go down a list, and if you hear a repeat, don't type it. Okay, Trevor. Starting with Kuiper's games.
Okay.
Go.
They're not repeated.
Just
What?
go
No,
through
hey,
them
there are some repeated. Slime Rancher.
Go ahead, type it in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Slime Rancher.
Okay.
Lawbreakers. Fire Emblem Warriors. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Super Hot VR. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Pokemon Ultra Moon. Escapist 2. Metroid Samus Returns. And Fire Emblem Shadows of Valencia.
Okay.
Okay. So what was after Escapist 2? I should have just laid down.
Metroid Samus Returns.
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch
I
you
do
saying
want to play
two.
that one. Anyway,
And then what, the other
And
two
then-
after that.
The other... Wait.
What was
2.
after Metroid Samus Returns?
Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valencia.
Was that it? That was
Yeah,
it. Right?
that's number 1.
Okay, sorry.
All right, you ready, Trevor?
Give me a second.
And if I duplicate, you don't have to type it.
Just put a mark next to it that lets us know that it's
Or you
on
could
there.
just type them while we do marks later. Whatever's easier for you. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Nidhogg 2. It's going to get easier after my list because there's more common threads.
Wow.
Just saying. Wolfenstein 2.
Wow.
You just say Wolf 2. Abbreviate it.
Wolf 2.
HQ.
You can abbreviate that too.
Horizon.
Hard.
Right, you got Horizon.
Yep.
Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey.
You can just say Mario. There was another Mario game, but
didn't.
Assassin Creed's Origins.
ACO.
Resident Evil 7. Steam World Dig 2. You can just say Dig 2. That's easier. BOTWs. And PUBG.
I was surprised you didn't have Sonoa in there.
Yeah.
As much as you
Yeah, you know, I
were social
thought about
mediaing
putting
about that game.
the thing that I really wanted to bring attention to, like, the developer.
Sure.
Because they were
Yeah.
doing their best to put out a AAA game, and I think it was a good game. But I mean, my personal experience with that game is the more I played it, the more I despised it. So I just didn't enjoy it. It wasn't fun after a while.
Makes sense.
So not that I think it's a bad game. It just I didn't really enjoy it. It wasn't on
Sure.
my list. So go.
All right. Destiny 2. PUBG. Injustice 2. Cuphead. Horizon Zero Dawn. Wolfenstein 2. Assassin's Creed Origins. Resident Evil 7. Mario. And Zelda.
Booty of the Wild.
Jeremy?
Sniper Elite 4. Cuphead. Snipper Clips. COD WW2.
Dub 2.
George Dub 2.
Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Ghost Recon. Wildlands.
D2.
Destiny 2.
You missed a 2.
Destiny 2. Did you get it?
Yes, you
Got
got
it.
it.
Yes, I got it.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Cal just missed pressing the 2.
Zelda. Mario. PUBG.
Zelda, Mario, PUBG.
Um,
And then that's
Trevor, you
your
want me to read yours?
yeah, could you read mine for me?
Assassin's Creed Origins. Cuphead. Sniper Elite 4. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Nier Automata. Divinity. Middle Earth. PUBG. Zelda. And Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay, so definitely all of us had, most of us had.
Well,
PUBG.
let's start with the ones all four of us had. Or well, I guess the
We
five.
all 5 had PUBG.
It's true.
PUBG. Yeah, everybody had PUBG.
Game of the year is
Done.
I forget-
PUBG.
I don't know.
No. I mean,
That just means I think that guarantees that it's spot
It's
in our
got a
top
spot.
10.
Yeah, absolutely. Zelda was a 4, right?
Yeah, Breath of the Wild was in most.
Mario.
so are you starting a list with these now?
I can't.
So, yeah,
in a
maybe just
second.
so we have
I just
those.
was. So let me just real quick. I wish there was an easier way to do this. I would love to handwrite things. I love handwriting things rather than typing.
You should have brought a pen.
I should have. I didn't think about it. So
Spreadsheet.
PUBG, Breath of the Wild,
Mario.
Mario. I guess. I was kidding.
I mean, it was.
No, I know. Everybody
Did
else
you
had
even
it. not
play
me.
it?
Yes, I played quite a bit of it.
No.
I don't know. It was a game that wasn't for me. I enjoyed a little bit of it, and it was yeah.
Cuphead.
In Trevor's defense, he did play more than I did.
What'd you say?
Cuphead was on. a
Cuphead,
lot
yes,
of them.
Did you
Cuphead.
get out of it?
Oh.
I think Destiny was in a couple lists.
It
at
was.
Least.
Two of us had Sniper Elite.
Horizon.
Just saying.
I'll put Sniper Elite there too. just
Alright,
because
two of us had it.
I mean, I love it. I just don't
Was
know.
I
Which
the only
ones-
one with COD?
Yes.
Okay.
Which ones are you? Which ones do you have on the
So the combined list so far is PUBG, Breath of the
Zelda,
Wild, Mario,
Mario?
Cuphead, Destiny 2, Horizon, Sniper Elite 4,
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Oh man.
It's all the ones I remember that were Maltese. Falcons.
There wasn't Superhot VR on 2?
It was one of my. It was one of my
honorable mentions.
honorable mentions.
That was it.
I'll put it there, but I don't know if that'll be the full list on the full list. But
It won't.
I like it a lot. It was a good
What
game.
game?
It's just Super Hot VR.
Oh, okay.
I just don't know that a VR game is good enough to make a
Top 10
top 10
actual
list yet.
games.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything not mentioned, guys, on there that you guys think has to be top 10 somewhere?
'Cause right now, I think we've got 8
Resident
on the
Evil
list,
7.
right?
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 needs to be on there.
I don't disagree, even though I never played it. It looked pretty awesome.
I had thought about it, but I kind of forgot it came out this year. So.
I think we got 9. Is that right, Trevor? 9 on this list.
Is
that-
Wolfenstein on there?
One,
No.
I don't
three,
think
four,
Wolfenstein
five,
is.
six,
No.
7, 8, 9. Whoop. Let me see if I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus Wolfenstein is 11.
Oh.
Okay, I must be missing one.
Oh, yeah, you're missing the
Read
one
'em all
that's
that you
gonna
got.
get dismissed.
PUBG, Breath of the Wild, Mario, Cuphead, Destiny 2, Horizon, Sniper Elite 4, Assassin's Creed Origins, Super Hot VR, Resident Evil
Oh, the
7.
Super
Oh,
Hot.
Superhead's gone.
I'll
Yeah.
take Super
Take
Hot.
it
It's
off.
not on the top 10.
So we got
That's
top 10.
All right.
Now we have to figure out order.
Sorry, Kuipers. I liked it too, but yeah, it's not top 10.
So SteamWorld Dig is not going on this list.
Probably not.
Is-
I haven't played it yet. I'm excited
You
to
guys
play it.
suck.
Is there anything that
See,
anyone's
Teddy,
willing to
he
argue?
doesn't always win.
Is there any games that anyone's willing to argue didn't make this shortened list, but you feel strongly enough about that you want to argue for it?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like 3 games.
Like what?
SteamWorld Dig 2. I think that one's getting a short shaft because nobody played it.
Well, it is our top 10 as a group.
I know,
so.
but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Nidhogg 2 should be
I
on there.
did-
That was
really
going to
like
be
Nick.
an
I
honorable
kinda-
mention for me.
And then I think HQ has to be on our list somewhere.
I'll put HQ in the list because I hadn't honestly ever considered it. Not that
Yeah,
I
I
didn't think it
didn't-
was a video game. I just honestly just didn't even think about it.
Yeah. I mean, I get some people don't like it for technical issues, but when you're connecting 1 million people on New Year's
Yeah.
Eve
Yeah,
to play a game,
they were
cool.
only at 499,000.
No, number
it
quit
quit
going up.
It quit going up.
yeah,
Okay,
because
alright.
he even
Because
said
it sat there
that
for
they
like
had 1
20
million
minutes
people.
that they were up. That
Yeah.
that it said
Did they ever
490.
give away the 18,000?
Yeah, they did later
Yeah.
that night.
They asked the same questions too, so you had
Yeah,
an
you had
easy
the
You had the
pass for
first three, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, I know that game is a little janky, but I think it is such a unique
It's- yeah.
experience that it deserves to be on this list somewhere. Even if it's number 10, I feel like it needs to be on our top
I
10.
agree. It
We've
very
all
well
played that game, and I know we've all
well,
played it more than once.
I feel like my biggest.
I would argue then that we pulled Sniper Elite off.
That's actually I was going to say that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll take.
We're the
Sniper
two
Elite
who
off.
had it. So
Because I love that game, I don't know that it's top 10 worthy.
I
for-
played it
for
is
list.
fine, but it's just more Sniper Elite.
True.
I think my only like hang up with HQ is that it still doesn't feel like it fits as a video game.
It is though.
How is it not a game?
No, I mean it's a
It's
game,
like 1
but
versus
it's not.
100. That game was out like years ago, and it was kind of the same thing. So I mean, except the only thing is this has a live host. But if we're gonna start limiting video games by saying they can't have
But
live
what makes it a video game? I mean, then you could argue that
You're playing
that games
it's a
on
quiz- it's a
TV,
game.
quiz games on TV are
You're
video
not
games.
playing those against
You're
those
not,
people.
but the people who are must be. It must be a video game for them, right?
No,
It's-
because
but
they're not interacting with a.
Yeah, there's always a screen. See what I'm saying?
No, that doesn't play.
The question pops
This is
up.
an interactive device. You're using
Would
your
you-
device and you're playing the game
Would-
on your phone.
Would you call the Jackbox games video games?
I would.
Then this is a video game.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're basically the same thing.
No, they're not. That one you draw pictures, you interact with other
Not all of
people's
them.
responses versus just a fact.
This
answer
is
thing.
like
That's all.
HQ is like trivia.
It's definitely a trivia game.
PUBG.
And I want
It is like trivia. Drop 1,000,000 people and parachute into a trivia game. That's really.
I mean,
You should make a trailer for that.
my argument is not at all that the game is not a great game or worth your time if you feel that way. I love the game and I play it as well.
I'm not knocking it as far as something that people like. I just,
Right.
You want to know the funny thing
don't
is?
think it's a video game.
I don't even like it that much.
I don't like it
But
at all.
I think it's a game.
I
like
think
it.
it's funny that because the people that don't like it, I have a theory. They don't like to feel dumb, and it makes you feel dumb.
It does.
That's
It does make me
I
feel
think that's
dumb,
a dumb
and I love
theory.
it.
That's just
not
my
the reason.
personal theory.
I don't always feel like playing it, and I find myself not playing it more and more. I've been getting a lot of
I've
people-
definitely gone on longer bouts of not playing it because it's just like I don't feel that sense of urgency. Like, oh, it's on, I gotta play. Like I kind of, I'll play next time. But
I like it. It's just not my favorite thing.
well, I don't think it's my favorite. I just think
it's a really cool new thing,
and it's
that
very
nobody else has
unique.
done.
Like
Yeah,
you're
it's-
winning real money, whether it's a small amount or not. Like
Right.
it's still
Yeah.
like how I don't know how this is not a game or considered.
More of
I
a
guess-
game show.
Yeah,
It really
that's.
is.
I think that's where my
How?
hang up is because
How?
no other video games are you winning money for or interacting with a live person in that same
so
way.
how does that make it not a video game?
It makes
I'm
it
just-
a game show.
Yeah,
you guys sound like grandpas.
It's a game.
God,
it
the
is.
future is different.
No.
I disagree with you.
It's not.
It's a video
future.
game.
It's not different.
You
it's just a new
touch a button and
no,
you play
it's
against
just-
other people. It's a video
new.
game.
It's a new platform for a game show. That's all it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It is a new platform for a game show.
It's
It's a game show.
I mean, the reason
have to be in the
reason I'm
studio to
saying this that I don't know if I feel as comfortable with putting this on a list here on a video game show is because to me this feels like this if this was a much broader games that we were talking about like card games or board games as well, then yes.
Then
but
it
I
fit
think
for
I think
sure.
with video games it doesn't have the same kind of
I think you're wrong. 100% wrong.
I don't. I
You're-
think
you're
I'm
absolutely
100%
wrong.
right.
No, you're absolutely wrong.
How am I
It's a video game.
No.
You're playing it on
No.
a device that you're watching video and you're
How much
interacting
time
with
did they
it.
spend building this app? They didn't spend as
Are you
nearly as
kidding
much
me?
time.
You're going to
developing
argue with
this
me that
app
time
as a
spent
game.
means a game?
It's a game
You
show.
can make a game in
period.
5
game
minutes.
show.
You know how long it took to make Flappy Bird?
Doesn't matter. It's a game show.
Right, it doesn't matter. It is a game show. That's
You
why
guys are so full of crap.
I think one thing I just wanted to say, if this may help one way or the other, go back to what you said. Like, how long did it take to build this app?
What does
It's
that
an
matter?
app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
App.
It's
Not game. He did
it's a new platform for a
game.
game show.
It's
It's a game show, and everyone who likes it enjoys
I'm for
the fact
one
that they're
surprised
on
that
the game
Kyle's
show.
joining in this semantics battle with Jeremy.
That's not a semantics. That's a huge.
this one is actually not
No.
as much
Oh, it's
semantics.
total
because
semantics.
This is not a video game. It is a game show that is on your phone.
Yes.
It's delivered in a
It is
different
a
way.
game that you play video. It is.
It's an interactive game.
Yes, it's
Joe
a
Oliver
game.
says, sorry, it's a video game. It's an interactive video game. There is no definition of video game that it does not fall under. You guys are crazy. It is a video on my screen, and it is a game I am interacting with and playing. Video game. Look at the definition of a video game. Google it. And if you can't fit HQ under that definition, then you're freaking crazy. Like, there is no way that this is not a video game. It is a video game. You're limited because of your own concepts
No.
of what games are, and you're thinking, well, it's a game show, and that's like
It is a game
Alex
show.
Trebek, and I can talk.
You argued that it was Alex Trebek, basically,
No,
in
I
your
didn't.
commentary.
No, I
Yes, you did.
What?
You said that he's like you.
No,
you
I complimented
Yeah.
him on being a good host.
basically being Alex Trebek.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's not the same thing.
It is
the
the
Trap
same
Trebek.
thing.
Can someone look up the
The video game definition is a game played by electronically manipulating images produced by a computer program on a television screen or
So you're
display
telling me?
screen. So,
Thank you.
How is that not a video game then?
yeah, I don't know.
Because it's not something that has
It's
been
a trivia
Okay,
game
Bill,
show.
so you're
in
saying
as a graphic.
No, listen.
Read that again, Trevor.
Oh, that's bull crap. You're telling me that if you have a trivia game on your phone that doesn't have a live host, it's not a game?
No, I'm saying that it is not. If
If you have a trivia game that all it says is pops up a question and you hit a button on it and you answer the question, you said that's not a video game.
I would not consider that a video game. That's a trivia
Well, then you're
game.
wrong. That's a video game.
No,
how
it's-
can it not be a?
It's the same thing as playing Parcheesi in your house with your family.
No. Are you saying that if you play Monopoly, the video game, you're not playing a video game because it's Monopoly and it's a board game already? You're saying
No,
it's
that
not
one's different. That's
not different.
It
You
is
guys
different.
Are so full of crap.
No.
You guys are so full of bullcrap.
I don't think it's top 10 worthy either way.
Jolliver said his point is the Men in a Tub is a video game I interact with and win stuff, and this is a video. So therefore, Men in a Tub is a video game.
Well-
HQ, a streaming trivia show, is not a video game.
No.
I know, Jolliver. He is very irate about this.
No,
and,
I think you guys are being. Here's my problem is. I think you're being very short-sighted about the potential this has, and if you're saying this isn't a video game, then I feel like you're being
It's a
very.
trivia game.
No,
It's a game show.
I don't
It's a
think
new
you're. I
platform
think
for
you're
game
underestimating the importance of this game. This is when Trevor said this is like someone said it's like PUBG, right?
Yeah.
This game is the equivalent of having the potential impact that PUBG did. This game, you're going to start to see more and more games come out that have this. This game has put Americans on a schedule that we've moved away from going, hey, tune in at whatever to watch whatever because everything's streaming. I can watch it whenever I want. This game has put everybody on a schedule now. Say 2 and 8 p.m. Or whatever your schedule is.
I'm sorry, Eric. You just got shut up by
3
Jolliver.
minutes.
How long is it? 3 minutes?
3 minutes.
Okay,
Shall
so
I pick up the mantle?
I'm going to take it up for just a second.
Set a timer for 3 minutes.
Let me have a moment.
All right, you
Kyle.
can have your moment, but
And
I
then
have
you
something to
You
say.
can argue with me, but I disagree that it should be on our list, but I'm willing to concede that we just have number 10 and move on.
You just always have to argue with me, even when we agree, Jeremy.
What, you don't want to do
I had your-
that?
I
Is
had
that what
your
you're
back.
saying? No, I mean, I hate
literally-
it. But
I
I
think-
feel like 2 of the 4
I think with the-
main people
With the
are
definition
saying it, so-
is the interface to generate visual feedback on a video device. The feedback is not the same type of feedback that you have moving a character through a game. It is not the same.
That's the same
No,
exact
it is
same.
not.
No. Wait. Let me
No.
say.
You can't say anything, Eric.
Jackbox is the exact same thing.
I
You
don't
do not
consider
say
that.
No, it's not the same
I don't
thing.
consider that.
It is
not
the
the same
exact
thing.
same thing.
No,
You're
it's
not
not.
directly
I don't think of that.
manipulating a character. You are not directly
you are
manipulating
directly
anything.
manipulating things that other people have to
No.
respond to.
It's the
It's
same
the
issue.
interactivity
If you consider
feature.
Jackbox a video game, you consider HQ.
No.
I very loosely
no,
consider that one a
no.
video game.
So yes.
That would
Yes.
not be something that I would feel as comfortable putting into this kind of a
I
list
also
either.
think that because I thought about the Jackbox ones when I was putting together my list, and I was like, no, because those fall more into the genre of a more like just a new platform for a tabletop game, for a board game, for playing charades. It's digital charades. It's a digital game. I don't consider it a video game. There's a difference. I truly believe there's a difference.
All right, I've got one option here that we might be able to do here. Trevor, what if we just put Star Citizen as number 10? Will you accept that?
No, because Star Citizen's not out yet.
Dang it. Okay, fine. To eliminate all this, I will second Jeremy's petition to just make this number 10 and move on, but I would like an asterisk beside this.
Agreed.
I very much do not feel very good about having this on our list at all.
That's
As much as I love,
Oliver's gonna hate us for
I
that.
absolutely love HQ Trivia, but I do not believe it is a video game and thus should not be on this list. But I will accept it so that we can stop arguing about this and move on.
Do you agree, Trevor, that we can move on?
Sure.
All right.
Number
Number 10.
Well,
Kuipers.
Jolliver S. Redeemed McKuiper's dance.
All right, we have number 10,
Get up there,
guys. Get up
Kuipers.
and dance.
Wait, why isn't Just Dance on the list?
Kuipers, get up there and dance. This might be a short one, all right? It's going to be a remix. You ready?
Get on
Get
screen.
it.
Yes, don't have no time for birthday. Just tell me one more time, girl. I'd rather lie or die, girl. No more time for bird sex. Yeah.
That was the worst bird sex dance I've ever seen in my entire life.
And my timer's up. I'm not going to say anything else because you guys conceded, even though you say you can't.
Nope, you still are going to say something.
I said I'm going to say one thing. You can't say that you're not manipulating a graphical interface on HQ. That's absolutely insane. You're hitting a button that's manipulating a graphical interface.
There's a
And
lot
if
of graphical interface.
You're
interfaces
interacting.
that doesn't make it a video
You're
game.
playing with other players in a video. You said it, digital game. You said digital game. That's
You're not,
a video
listen,
game.
You're not competing against them to win.
Yes, you are.
No, you're not.
You're competing against the
you're competing
questions.
against your knowledge. There is no competing against the other people. Because all the people who get them all right all win. There is no competition with the other people.
But there is
your
though.
only
You
competition.
don't want other
no,
people to win.
But you can't,
wouldn't
you
much
can't
rather
that doesn't
eliminate
matter.
someone
You
from
are
winning.
not competing against them.
You can't keep them from winning. It is not a one person takes all.
It's still a competition, though.
You guys are wrong, and the future will prove you to be wrong. But that's fine. Let's move
Jolliver
on.
says everything's a video game.
I'm just saying.
That's true.
Teddy says
That's
your
true.
mom's a graphical
Because I do press a button on my
all
on my Netflix to get it to
all I'm trying
Yeah,
to
that doesn't
destroy
make it a
something.
game.
Is the
So-
thing? The thing here's
So I
just
win every time when it picks the show that I want to watch.
You're being moronic now. That's just stupid.
Well, I
That's
know
just
it's
moronic.
stupid, and I'm.
That's just the thing. Here's the thing. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to be very passionate about this, and I'm sorry if I'm annoying everybody at home, but this is why I think it's important. And I think that you guys are like sloughing this off, and I'm passionate about it because of one reason. I have grown up my entire life loving video games. I absolutely love video games. I love to play them. I love to talk about them. And you know, one thing I've always felt belittled by people because I play video games, and people think you're dumb or you're childish and you're an adult playing a video game. And screw you, Teddy. And you know what? And that's the thing is like I felt this way my whole life. As an adult now, I have to listen to people, who talk down about video games and how they're dumb. But then I see people who would slander a video game and say how childish it is, pick up their phone and enjoy something like HQ, and that proves to me that that they're enjoying a video game. They're partaking in interactive digital media, which is a video game. Interactive digital media is a video game.
No, that is 100% false.
No, if you're
yes,
playing a
because
game,
interactive digital media.
Okay,
I went to college for it.
I'm not
and it's
talking about.
very-
I'm talking about
That's a much bigger. That's much bigger. Interactive digital media is huge. Video game is a slice of that.
Okay, it's a game though. I'm not talking about this is a game. It's a game. You just said it's a game. And that's the thing. So people are playing games. Here's hundreds of thousands of people enjoying a game with each other, and it's a way of bringing people together. And if I can get more people to say, "Hey, I like to play that game," I think that's a huge advance for us as a culture who can appreciate video games. More people can appreciate them. More people can not think that it's a child's toy, that it's something that they can all play and they can enjoy. And so this argument that it's not a game is setting us back is what I think.
I think that's overly romanticizing the idea that people having the ability to answer questions about something that they might know so that they can maybe win some money as the same thing as me sitting down and playing Assassin's Creed for 4 hours. And
I think your perspective of video game is just wrong. I mean, that's
what I'm saying is I think you're romanticizing this as something that is going to change the way that people view video games. I don't think that HQ Trivia is what you are
it's a stepping
putting
stone.
on it.
It's a stepping stone to that direction because more and more people are going to be okay with the idea. It's just like Candy Crush. If you look at the numbers of people that play video games, they're skewed now. Like there's huge numbers. Like you see more and more women playing video games. You see more more and more ages playing video games. It's because and that's the thing is like I hate it when people bash Candy Crush. Yeah, it's not a game. It's like it's
No, that
it's
is a
bringing
game.
people together. Oh no, it's not. You're just tapping a thing on the phone. It's not. You're not really doing anything.
Well, here's
You're
the question:
picking-
Can you win HQ trivia?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's
because
a game.
it's a video
we
game.
It's a
we
game.
all agree it's a game.
A video game.
A video game.
It's a video game. All right, well, I'm done. I got to shut up again. Someone paid for it, but I delayed it a little bit. All right, guys, figure out where is number 10. We're done. Go on to number 9.
What?
Is it?
Let's go back over the list here. What do we got?
Okay, so we have
set a timer for 3 minutes.
PUBG, Breath of the Wild, Mario, Cuphead, Destiny 2, Horizon, Assassin's Creed Origins, Resident Evil 7, Wolfenstein.
Those are the 9 left.
Yes. I would argue number 9 should be Wolfenstein, I'd say. I know I'm probably the only one. I know you guys probably would say Horizon, maybe.
I didn't play Horizon, but I will say it deserves a spot in the top 10 for sure. I can't speak to how far up that list it goes, but I think I'm the one person who wasn't a fan of Wolfenstein because of the gameplay, because I didn't care about the story. But you guys all loved the story and screamed for it, so I'm going to argue that should not be 9, that should be higher up, specifically for that reason. Zero Dawn, say them again. I think getting repetition will help here.
PUBG, Breath of the Wild, Mario, Cuphead, Destiny 2, Horizon, Assassin's Creed Origins, Resident Evil 7, Wolfenstein. Well, I would... I don't know. I'll either say I think...
Honestly, I think if we're
bottom
looking,
of their list,
well, I think if we're looking at this as far as what should be number 9, probably Destiny, because I think only 2 of us had Destiny on our list.
Oh, Destiny. Yeah, Destiny.
You know what? I think you're right.
Destiny's number 9. It's fun. It's not anything that's new or crazy or anything like that. But
yeah.
But it took a lot of time.
What was that? Okay. Well, we'll leave that open. Just in case Eric wants to. I think. Here, I'll say this too, real quick. No more shut-ups. This is I feel like it really hurts the discussion. So we're going to be ignoring any shut-ups that come out from here. It's not helpful. So yeah, we'll listen to him later, but it's not going to help anything.
What do you mean, Teddy? It was probably Jeremy.
I don't know, but
is he talking about the thing that was typed into the chat? Because that wasn't Jeremy. He's not logged in to Men in a Tub.
Yeah. So we'll leave. I would say probably Destiny 2 for number 9. I think that's probably pretty fair. Yeah. Well, okay.
I think
So then
the
thoughts
other
on
ones
number 8.
that fall in at 8 then is either Horizon or Wolfenstein or Cuphead. Those would be the 3
I think Cuphead needs to be higher up there, but I'm not sure. Well, I mean, what do you guys think?
All 4 of us had Cuphead, but I think we all had it low on our list.
That's true. Yeah.
I was
So,
gonna say I remember Horizon being a little bit higher up on people's lists.
but it was on less lists, so it's kind
I
of one of
thought
those.
that Cuphead wasn't Cuphead an honorable mention for Eric?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, well,
correct.
maybe
It
that
was
should have been-
14 or something like that.
Should we consider? Well, I think Destiny 2 should probably be lower than Cuphead.
I think all the other ones sound better than Cuphead for me, the ones that are left. So I'm totally
Wolfenstein included?
fine. Wolfenstein included because I do think.
I think Cuphead should be on the list.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well,
no, it's
it
on
is
the
on the
list,
list,
yeah.
I think.
Oh.
We're
It
talking
will be
about
on the
what
list, yeah.
at
if
what
it'll-
place.
Do you agree Destiny 2? Wait, what was 9?
Destiny 2 and 9 is good.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we're debating if Cuphead.
I should be higher. Trevor's right.
Okay, so we got what, Horizon or?
I mean, I didn't enjoy the game, but I
Wolfenstein.
still I
Horizon.
enjoyed it until it kicked my butt and I gave up on it.
so
but I
more
still
so
admire
than
it.
Wolfenstein or Horizon?
I think it should be above Wolfenstein.
I think Wolfenstein should be way down there.
Yeah,
So
Wolfenstein
8 or
probably
9.
should be behind Destiny.
Yeah, I think 8 or 9 for Wolfenstein.
Behind?
Behind
So you're
Destiny?
thinking?
No, I mean,
Okay,
because
so
we're
8.
working backwards. So 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now we have 10 HQ, 9 Destiny 2, and so we're saying Wolfenstein 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do we got next then? What other games do we have left?
So that
okay, let me
takes.
Cross off some of
Got Destiny. Hang on, let's see here.
these. So remaining we have PUBG, Breath of the Wild, Mario, Cuphead, Horizon, Assassin's Creed Origins, Resident Evil 7.
Okay.
So Resident Evil I didn't play, and Horizon I didn't play.
Man,
So who did?
I feel like we should put. I think Assassin's Creed should be at 7.
That's fair. Yeah,
Personally.
I think that's right. Yeah.
If everybody's okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine putting it.
Wait, which one? Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it being on the lower half of 10. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
We all agree that?
I think so.
Um,
I mean, we can always adjust it. If
What do you think should be below it, Kyle?
I'm just trying to think through this. Looking at what we've got so far.
I don't know.
This is at number 6.
Number 7.
Or number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
10.
that works.
I thought Assassin's Creed was a good
Where's
game,
your
but I don't know
10th
that.
game?
it's-
I hadn't put it down there. It's in there.
Okay, so 10, 9. We're on 6.
Yes.
I'm gonna say. I mean, I would vote for Horizon to go there, but I don't care.
Did you play it, Kyle?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Or Kuipers, were you gonna say something?
Well, like, where are we gonna put Cuphead? Like, did we put that?
No, that's not decided yet.
Okay, I kind of feel like Cuphead would be a bit there because, like, while it was on like majority of our lists, I feel like it was lower on the list. Was my thoughts
Yeah.
at least, but
Yeah, I didn't have it on my list at all. What number did you guys have it on?
I had it like 9 or 8, something like that.
Mine was 9.
Okay.
And mine was 9 too. So maybe
I had it like
that needs to be below 5. I think.
7, I think.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. Let's
So
put it
Cuphead
there.
is number 6. Is that
Yeah,
what we're
let's
doing
do
with
that.
yeah.
So it's higher. So that's the weird part, right? It's
Yeah.
higher, but it was on a lot of lists. But
That brings
yeah.
it up.
I guess okay, yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so number 5, we have. I'd be fine putting Horizon there. I mean, of course, I loved that game, but I can understand.
I mean, I think it's a
everybody
great
liked it,
game.
so-
I don't know that it's the.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with it there.
Okay. Well, is everybody okay with that?
Sure.
I think because
I think top 3 is all I got left that I have value to add here.
yeah, I think. I mean, for me personally, I would say we. This is just what I'm thinking. You guys can say what you want, but I'd say Horizon is 4, and then you have. Or I mean 5.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you have Resident Evil
Yep.
as 4,
I'd agree with that. Yep.
Mario as 3, Zelda as 2, PUBG as 1. That would be what I would think, but
Well-
you guys discuss.
My only thing was, which I don't like arguing against Mario too much, just because I know it's not a game that was made for me, and I understand that a lot of people loved that game. But Resident Evil, like, I feel like it kind of maybe it wasn't the one to revolutionize horror games in a way. It kind of took that. What was the game called? PT. Inspiration, and it ran with it. But I thought it did a really good job, and it made a really big splash in its own world in a way that I didn't think Mario made. But that's me. I understand. I'm not the one who.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
So-
If everybody else is.
Yeah, I think Resident Evil should probably be top 3.
Okay, so
So-
we're gonna put Mario at 4.
I'll concede
4?
to that.
Okay.
But because I just wouldn't play that genre, so it's not one for me. But I definitely think Zelda is better than Mario, and my opinion is PUBG's number 1.
All right, so number 3 we have remaining. Sorry. Oh, Resident Evil 7. Sorry, I thought we already put that there. Breath of the Wild and PUBG. So I am assuming everybody's Resident Evil 7 number 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
So then
making
that
sure.
really comes down to Zelda and PUBG is where we're at
Yep.
for Game of the Year.
Was it, what were they on, were they both on everyone's list?
Yeah.
I think they were, right? Kuipers?
Yes.
Well-
They were both on your list?
Not Zelda.
Zelda. But that's also because
Oh.
I don't have a Switch.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
That's why majority of my that's pretty much the reason why my list was nothing at all like
Where,
your
yeah.
guys'.
No, and that's legit.
Where was PUBG on your list, Trevor?
PUBG was. Sorry,
It's pretty low on yours, I
check.
thought.
I think it was like number 4. Let me look real quick. I'm sorry.
And then Kuipers, where was it on yours?
It was number 7, I want to say.
Okay, it was
I
1
had
and
it
1 on
9
me.
on mine.
It was low. Okay, so it was pretty low on.
It was
Number
one
3 on mine, I guess.
Okay.
So
Yeah, number 7.
I mean, obviously, Jeremy and I think it should be number 1.
Well-
because it's there. Kyle is Breath of the Wild, which honestly, both of those games Here's the thing. I think Zelda revolutionized Zelda games.
I think
feel-
though the
but
fact that it came out with the
But-
Switch made it that much more because you had the newness
Yeah.
and the excitement of a new console with its
Yeah.
own unique aspects that lent well to that game.
Yeah, I think that the but like I said, I think it revolutionized Zelda games.
Yeah.
But PUBG is going to change all competitive shooters from here on out.
I agree
think
with
it.
that.
I think it
That's
revolutionized
why-
a lot more.
That's why I think PUBG deserves #1 in the list, probably.
I mean,
which is odd enough since I didn't.
Because
know.
it was lower, but that's because you personally didn't enjoy the game
It's just
well,
'cause,
as much.
personally,
Yeah,
I didn't play as much. But yeah.
But I do think you're going to see like the landscape of competitive shooters.
Oh, it already
change.
is. In
because-
fact, other shooters have stated that it
'cause
will.
of, like even
Yeah.
with
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But that's what my take. I don't know if everybody.
Kyle, thoughts?
Ky-
You're quiet.
I don't know.
He's
I
still,
hung. You
he's
like
still
Zelda.
salty about that HQ thing.
I don't know. I'm not happy with things.
What are you not happy with so far?
Voice your opinion.
Yeah, stop not talking.
I'm trying to think of my opinion.
I mean, Mario should be above, Resident Evil.
no,
but
I
whatever.
think Resident Evil's fine there at 3. Because I think that is a top 3 game. I'm okay with Mario sinking further up the list if it means that Resident Evil sits there. I don't know. As much as PUBG has changed things within the way that shooters have been played and will be played going forward, Zelda still feels like it's something.
Well, nobody's denying that Zelda was a masterpiece. It was.
Right.
But it's like Eric said. Zelda Breath of the Wild revolutionized Zelda. It's not
Correct,
necessarily
but-
anything new within the game itself.
And
it
that's
was a
why-
well-crafted.
However, I also think that helped Nintendo with the comeback that they had this year.
Yeah.
I don't think that Nintendo bounces back even with the Switch if Zelda does not run out of the. I mean, there's a reason that they released with like 3 games at launch and were confident enough that Zelda was going to carry that system, which it did.
Well, they knew that that's what they needed to do it. I mean,
Right.
But that's the other thing, though.
But I mean,
the reason
it's a
I
s-
think it deserves 2, Zelda, is because I feel like if it wasn't on the Switch, meaning if it was just a game that came out on a think of it as a
Granted,
different
it
console.
did come out on the Wii U. It did come out on the Wii U.
Yeah.
It did,
Yeah.
but it came out as a launch title for the Switch. I think a big portion of the excitement about that game was also because of the new console. I feel like the two combined helped it more than the game itself.
Okay, and this is why I'm going to back your point up, is because they did this exact same scenario happened with Nintendo before, and it didn't. Zelda Twilight Princess released on the GameCube and the
And
Wii
the
U,
Wii.
or the
Or
Wii,
Wii.
not the Wii U, the Wii at the same time, and I don't think that helped that game at all. The Wii helped itself because of the platform. People were more excited about Wii Sports than they were about
Well, that's
Twilight Princess.
definitely true.
And
Yeah.
so, like, I don't think, like, if Zelda would have come out just on the Wii U this year and not on the Switch, would it even be this high on our list? I don't think so. I think because not as many people would have played it.
Right.
Not as many people would be that
The
enthusiastic about it.
The irony, though, is
I think that the Switch, because it is kind of what we want from a Nintendo platform. It combines the games that we want in like HD, and it's a portable console. I think that's why Zelda moves up so high on the list. But you take Switch out of the equation, I don't think it's as high on this list.
the irony about that is if you take Zelda out of the launch of the Switch,
Right, it doesn't sell as
the
much.
Switch would not
exactly.
have sold.
Yeah.
I mean, it just wouldn't have.
Yeah, it's
With
a really
what else came out
I go
because
100%
nothing
agree.
else came
Yeah.
out really.
And I think, I mean, as much as you say that it revolutionized just Zelda and it didn't revolutionize much else, I think it showed that you can have a game that doesn't have to be overrun with all these different little blips on a map that you have to go through to try and get through an open world. I feel like it showed us
it has
the different,
blips on a map, but it doesn't hold your hand.
It's not
Yeah,
the, yeah.
it doesn't hold
it's
your hand
not
like other-
it's not a thing that's guided that you have to have X amount of things done before you can open up this
I don't-
spot.
there never was an
Everything-
order, really.
Right, that's what I'm saying. This was the first open world game that I've played that has been open world from the get-go. You open it up and you go.
Since the first Zelda on NES.
Well,
Yeah,
actually
You
true,
can't go
because
do
that
anything on that.
exactly was
Yeah, I mean,
that.
it was
yeah.
the same type of game.
But I don't know if I
There's
would call that
certainly-
an open world.
There's certainly things I would like to see emulated in different games. The stamina thing.
I loved the stamina.
I know it's been in some other game. I don't know what it is, but they did that really well. It was well
Yeah.
integrated within like everything.
The towers were just, I'd never seen a game have towers in it that opened up part of the map. That was really.
That's
Oh
brand
boy,
new.
that above
man.
anything else, that's
Bring
the
me
one
more towers
that-
to climb.
you just made the reason why it deserves number 2 and not number 1. Towers.
The way it stole
Towers.
Ubisoft's towers was just brilliant.
No,
You've got to admit that there's no towers in PUBG. The map is open.
Wouldn't that be
You don't
cool?
have to
Wait,
discover
they should
anything.
make a mode where there's towers and more. There has to be the most people alive on towers, and that's
You
where
gotta
the circle.
climb the
That's where the
tower.
circle closes in. Is wherever the towers are the most people alive. So it makes people not shoot each other because
Well,
they have to be on there to get the circle to close in, and then they kill each other.
A little
But-
detour here, but I will
Sorry.
tell you, there on the new map, there's a couple of islands, little tiny islands, but they have like a little town on them or a little house on them.
Yeah.
The game actually sometimes ends on the island, and there's like
Oh, that'd be
one
horrible.
jet ski and one boat to get there. So like
Yeah.
it's like mad dash to the
That's
beach,
awesome.
and the one person who thought ahead and went, maybe it's going to the island, is the guy who wins because he's the only one there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kuipers, what were you gonna say?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I think I was gonna jokingly say like Fortnite, but then it's
Yeah.
really not even at all like that.
Yeah, no. Teddy says Elder Scrolls 4 did the same thing. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but
I think he means like the open world at the very start.
Yeah, that
yeah.
was not Morrowind, but was it just called? No, it was called something else, wasn't it?
What?
Elder Scrolls 4
Oblivion.
Oblivion, yeah.
So to back up
Well,
on the
and
chat,
Fallout 3 did the same thing too.
Yeah.
back up on the chat just a little bit for audio listeners. So Jolliver is saying he thinks that Zelda, like Witcher 3, changed a bit of what we expect from open world games.
Yeah.
Valid point. Teddy argues nothing that Zelda did was new or innovative unless you're talking about your control mechanics. I don't know if I 100% agree there.
I think some of the things
but
they
I-
did were innovative. I think the masterpiece of Zelda is, and I kind of mentioned this in why I liked it, is they very deliberately chose to include certain things and not include other things. And it's
From other games, is what you mean.
from other games and like even like from things you might expect it to be. Like,
Yeah.
And I think they did a real good job in picking how they wanted to do different things. I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but it's like I love that game because it's just you can just adventure around. It feels fun to just like climb a mountain and like you can look down after you, and it's so.
I
much fun.
loved how the micro puzzles, right? So
Yeah, the micro puzzles.
yeah.
Like
So
the
we're talking
shrines
about
you
talked about, the
shrines.
yeah, the shrines. And then
that's really
what I mean by that is they're a game within a game, right? In a way, they're a puzzle game within this open world game. And there's other games that do similar things to that as well, but they made it an integral part of your progression in the game, and it made me want to find and figure out the next shrine, the next puzzle, the next maze. That's what the open world for me was more like the conduit to get to those different points.
It's funny because it's the exact opposite of me. But that I didn't like the puzzles so much as I liked
really?
doing the just running around the world was so much fun. So.
It does make you. It's really good at dropping you in there and make you kind of feel like, okay, this world is huge. I don't know what to do next. I don't know where I'm going. I don't. But it gives you this. It does really invoke that sense of adventure, and I think it's really cool. It does a very good job of it. I don't know.
Him trying to figure out who he is, some of the storyline around it, I really enjoyed.
Voice acting was horrendous.
Yeah,
sure.
Especially Zelda's voice was really
so
bad.
I actually the story was all right though. I mean, it was
the
all
story
super
was
cheesy, but it
good.
was like really, it pulled you in.
It
and
was Nintendo
enjoyable,
cheesy, but it was
Yeah.
in a good way.
I'll agree with Jolliver real quick here, though. He says the motion-controlled stuff was awful. It wasn't just in the Wii U; it was in the Switch too. It was terrible.
But you didn't have to use it.
Horrible.
No,
did
you didn't have to do it.
You had to use it. You had to use the motion control.
Oh,
stuff.
you did
Yeah.
the one with
They
the
were
ball.
terrible.
You
Oh,
had to
so
where you had
bad.
to like tilt the ball. That
I
was.
don't know. I didn't feel
really
like they
bad.
were that
Oh,
Terrible.
I hated them.
Yeah.
It
Every
felt,
time I
it
beat
felt
one, I'm
forced. Like, hey, we have this
Yeah,
cool.
and it didn't work.
gyroscope.
I just
No.
a lot of times I just like flail around until the ball would go launching.
You guys just don't have enough finesse.
Oh, okay.
You didn't just flip it upside down, just like tilt it over that way, so you don't have the maze to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how people do that.
I did like how you could kind of cheat them, but yeah.
Teddy says it's Vita time. Or actually, Oliver said it, and then Teddy echoed him. All right, let's just do this democratically. Or not, well, I don't know, whatever. I don't want to argue with this. Jeremy will correct me. Everybody raise your hand for Zelda being Game of the Year.
It's democratic.
That's what I thought, but Kuipers is not raising his hand. Everybody raise your hand for PUBG being Game of the Year. Kuipers raises his hand reluctantly. What were you going to say, Kuipers?
I don't know. Like I'm just kind of tossed because it's like the game that revolutionized the Switch, or the game that revolutionized the
Everything else.
the
genre.
Everything.
the mobile
else.
shooter, like the One Life survival shooter games.
Doesn't matter. 3-2, we're win.
Yeah. Yeah.
We win!
We just played a game.
And I didn't interact with you digitally, so
No, he recorded it on his computer. It's
Interacting
digital.
digitally. Okay.
yeah, we didn't code
But
anything.
then I played a game.
we
You guys
didn't. We didn't
It's
code
true,
anything.
We didn't play.
All right, that I don't know. Kyle seems upset about it. Are you going to survive, Kyle, or do you want to fight for Zelda some more?
I think it was decided.
I'm just saying that's where we're at. But
It
if
was
you can,
dis-
He's
if you can
moved on
sway
to
us,
searching Facebook.
How
He's
can
playing Facebook
How can
right now.
How
tell
can
us
I
why
sway
we're
you?
wrong.
I already laid out my case, so you guys
you're
all
wrong.
voted against me.
Somebody
So-
loses. It's Kyle this year.
I've lost this year entirely. I think.
Why? What else have you lost?
Hey, you at least have a majority of your games on the list that made it here.
I know Kuiper's got one.
Kuipers.
But it
I
is
had
Game
one
of the Year.
here, and it's
Don't get greedy, man.
It is game of the year.
Don't get greedy, man.
I'll have to say, unknown has so many N's it makes me uncomfortable.
The word unknown. No.
I type it and I'm just like, that looks wrong.
Okay. Well,
All right, so should we go ahead and reveal the whole list?
yeah. Here is Man in a Tub's top 10
2017.
games of the year.
Sound.
Kyle's just done. He's over. He's like, Kyle, all your games made it on the list of the top 10 pretty much. What one of your list did you feel betrayed on? Like, I don't.
No, it's not my list. It's just I don't like. There's things that I don't like about our list, but
We gave up
it's
Sniper
okay.
Elite 4.
It's okay.
Trevor.
Yeah, you guys gave up Sniper Elite 4.
Testicle shooting. That is
I love that game so
revolutionary.
much, but yeah, it's probably not. All right, number 10, HQ Trivia.
No!
Number 9, Destiny 2. Number 8, Wolfenstein: The New Colossus. Number 7,
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed Origins.
I'd already given you your cue, Trevor.
Number 6, Cuphead. Number 5, Horizon Zero Dawn. Number 4, Super Mario Odyssey. Right? That's right.
Yeah, we agreed to it.
No. I just was unsure. That's the actual title. Right? It's yeah. Never mind. That's right. Okay. Number 3, Resident Evil 7. Number 2, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. And number 1. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Woo. You mean Player Battlegrounds Unknown?
Oh, boy.
There you have it.
I feel good about that list.
I think it's a great list. I think it's on fire in all the right ways. I'm sorry, Kyle. I'm really sorry that you feel so betrayed for some reason. I'm not sure why. But yeah. Kyle's like, not my president, not my top 10 list in 2017.
2017 was a disappointing year, folks.
I mean,
Well, that was one thing I was actually going to say is I think although we didn't have as much conflict as I thought we would.
only on one game that was
Only on-
totally
That
That is
unexpected.
at the bottom of the list.
This has been a great year for video games.
Oh man, yeah.
I think the fact that there is like such a variety of different video games on all our list is just such a good sign of the times. And I'm so excited about 2018. I hope it's just as good. I think there's a lot. I think, well, for me, honestly, it will be far better just because of Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Unless Rockstar totally
Unless they delay it
bombs
until
it or
2019.
But yeah. So this has been a great year. I loved most of the games I've played, except Mario. No,
yeah.
it was fine. It wasn't for me. But yeah, there's so many really good games. But
I'm still surprised. Like, I don't know what Kyle has got to be upset about.
You don't know what I've got to be upset about.
Is it because Injustice isn't on the list?
No, I don't. We established that there was a Discord about this whole thing a long time ago when there was shutting up and everything else going on. So.
You're just upset because we put one game on there that you don't like?
I don't feel good about that being on our list. I really don't. But
that's just such a
it's
weird
our list.
It's such a weird thing to be
It's
hung
our
up
list.
on. I don't understand. Let's stay here for another hour and really break this down. I feel like we need to unpack why you believe this. So
I've already said everything that I needed to say about that game.
I think Teddy deserves 1,000 $1,000 from Eric, though.
He did it.
Officially.
Yeah, we'll refund his.
because I didn't shut up.
Because he
immediately.
didn't shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll refund it.
Hey, he said I had a good point when I didn't shut up, so I think it counts. Yeah. Now just give everybody a bunch of money, Jeremy. You're good at that. Just do all bang something.
No, I'm good.
Bangers and mash.
Oh,
After
it's like
betting on me during Nidhogg 2 during the extra live stream.
Yeah. I'm sorry that I offended you so greatly about putting a video game on the top 10 list.
Kyle, I'm with you.
game.
It's just not worth arguing.
It's not a video game.
Kyle is wrong and will infinitely go down in history as being wrong.
We should put a poll out.
Yeah, that would be almost like a video game, but no one wins.
What would be the alternative on the poll, though?
Whoever has the majority wins, so that means everyone who votes for the majority wins.
Just put a poll on Twitter right now that says, is HQ Trivia a video game? Yes or no? Make sure you hashtag HQ Trivia because then it might get picked up by other people out there and we'll let the public decide. Then Kyle can be vindicated. Everybody, thanks for sticking around for this 2-hour extravaganza. This went on way longer than a normal show, but it had to be done. Feelings had to be hurt. Arguments had to be had.
You weren't kidding when you said show up ready to fight. So,
yeah.
So I just have to mention
did
this. Jeremy's typing up the top 10 tweet
What?
here, and he's got top 10 video games.
What? I feel like it solidifies the whole conversation.
Thank you for putting an asterisk on there.
I feel like it solidifies the conversation. What?
You're gonna run out of space.
You guys are jerks.
You're gonna run out of space.
It's fine. I mean,
Why?
I don't know what it feels like
Because
to
you're
be
almost out of space.
that wrong, but it's
I
fine.
got
You
plenty.
got 19.
Do your math.
All right, everybody. Thanks
He
for
didn't-
watching.
He didn't have to.
Hey, real quick though, before we go away, we want to thank our Patreon peeps.
Yes.
It's been a fun roller coaster ride here tonight, but we want to thank you for sticking in there with us and supporting us financially. We really do appreciate it. All these people you see here are at our co-producer level or higher. That means they pay $10 a month on patreon.com/meninatub, and we do appreciate it. One of those perks is, you can get on Discord, and we've actually kind of taken a liking to that. It's pretty fun just getting to talk to everybody and kind of, just have some conversations that are offline. Even though they're online, but they're not in the chat in public. So if that's something you're interested in, you can go to patreon.com and join that and be part of the crew, have a conversation with us. I do want to thank everybody for sticking through this episode of Game of the Year. Make sure you go to our website and you can check out all of our lists and read our little write-ups. Everybody wrote up why that game is on the list, and I think it's probably going to have something a little more unique than what we even talked about. So check that out.
Thank you for joining Wolfgang. We are just wrapping up. Sorry about that, but you can go check out this stream on demand at YouTube here in a little bit, and come back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Central. We've got our Tubcast show.
YouTube.com/MinuteTub. All right, everybody. It's been real swell. We'll see you tomorrow evening. Good night, world. Sleep tight.
Bye.
All hail the Trap Trebek.
Click that heart.
Quiz Khalifa.
Night, Dr. Thruster.